Okay, so I'm here checking out and working on my new rig, and I thought it's time I get a video up about this. Okay, so I'm up here at the beet harvest with Brian and Shirley, who are in my old rig. They're having fun. And there's my car, there's my truck, and there's my new vehicle. My Winnebago. It's a 1983 Brave Winnebago. And it has lots of neat stuff in it. It's got air conditioning on the roof. It's got water heater and all that stuff. Everything works on it. Well, I haven't got the actual furnace going yet. I'm doing a little work on putting the right amount of air in the tires. My compressor's small, so it takes me a long time. And I have a water leak at the toilet, which I'll fix soon. Right now I've just got it propped up in the air so it's below the tank level, so it won't leak. I'm gonna go find, hopefully I'll go find a cap for it today, so that, because I think the toilet is bad too, but that's no big deal. So anyway, this is my rig, and like I say, the tires are low, but they're airing up. Okay, so I started out 2 days ago pulling this orange carpet out. Okay, so I pulled it all out up to the front. Now I didn't pull that out, and I solved the water leak that was down here with my new little piece of PEX and 2 shark bites. And I continued taking the carpet out. I got these 2 chairs out, and got the carpet out back to the bathroom. And my water leak is right down here below the toilet. Yeah, it's right down there somewhere. Yeah, right there is where I took the pipe off. I've just got it stuck right up here right now. I don't have any pressure on the pipes. I have a nice shower, full-size shower. It's really great. Nice mirror. Closet space is premium in here. Before, I have a large amount of cabinet space in this RV. It's great. I'm loving it. Back to the closet where the video left off. It's so hard to get in here because it is such a small area, even though it's large compared to my... I even have storage under there, which I put my... You can't see it, but I've got my compressor and my vacuum under there. Place to hang clothes, which is a pretty large space. A nice mirror on the front of that. And all the way down. Then I also have cabinet space under the vanity, which I haven't cleaned out yet. Cleaned the top of the vanity, but that's about as far as I got. Have a clock that works, and my LP fuel gauge, and my water tanks, and fresh water, black and gray, and my water pump controls. Then more storage, and I've cleaned the dining table and benches off. I even flipped them over. The other side was that plaid kind of look, which I didn't really like, so I flipped them over and found that nice orange color. I put some wood on the floor because I squirted some of the gap filler, that great stuff, under the wood of the floor because it was getting a little soft. And this floor is comprised of about 2 inches of insulation, the styrofoam insulation sandwiched in between 2 pieces of plywood. So it was coming apart in the center, so I put some wood over it after I squirted that great stuff underneath it to glue the wood and the styrofoam back together. Hopefully that will give it more strength again. It already has, to the point that I can tell that the wood is stiffer now than it was originally. So I've got my water tank in here. It's been raining for a couple days here at the beet harvest. As you can see, there's still some wet spots out there. We've been closed down for 2 days now because of the wet fields. And so I've been cleaning, found 3 mice, dead of course, and decided to start getting back to my videos. So anyway, this is the inside of my rig. Okay, so last night I filled up my freshwater tank, and about 20 minutes later I looked at the floor and it was all wet. So I've had to pull out my bed and empty the water tank, pulling out everything in between. I had to cut the wires on the water tank sensors because they were over the bed frame. I'll start showing you all this stuff in just a second. Okay, so it's going to be a little tight in here. I have hooked up my computer. I've got that running. I've got my my charger inverter, my pure sine wave 2000 watt charger inverter running. It's up in the corner up there where you can't see. Over here I had the floor out, of course, the most of the carpeting, but then the floor got wet last night when I filled up the water tank. So I had to pull this part of the bed out. I had to take those off of the bed first. Those are the bed cushions, which also fold up into a couch. And there's my furnace, which also isn't working right now, but no big deal. I'm on electric now, and I also have a little buddy heater for when it gets cold and I'm not in a campsite, in a campground. So I've just gotten my water tank emptied. Now I'm going to take it outside and see if I can find where the leak is and see if there's a way that I can actually patch the leak. I don't know if that's going to be possible or not, but I'm going to give it a shot once. Excuse me. I've already cut the wires to the water tank so that I can take it out, because I tried taking screws out of the sides, but as you can see they're pretty rusty and I don't want to really break the seal on them. So I just cut the wires. I'll splice them back together later. So it's time to take this out, so I'm going to do that right now. So I thought I had found a leak, and apparently it looks like it might be 2 leaks now. It's now 2/3 of the way full, and those are the only 2 I've seen so far. They are right there at that seam. That's the top one closest to the water outlet. That's the bottom one, which is actually on the top of the unit. So this is the top outside towards the walkway in the RV, and those were squirting out onto the panel when I filled it up. So it's only when it's absolutely full that there is a problem. And right now I don't know if you can see that water level or not. You might be able to, you might not. Looks like that's the place where you can see it, if at all. So we are almost full, and I'm going to try to plug those and then caulk them over, and I'm going to start turning this off before it reaches the top. So although I could leave it run all the way to the top so it squirts out, and then I would make sure that there's no leak in another corner. That appears to be a crack there, so it may be a little tougher to repair than I thought originally, but yeah, those appear to be cracks. I may go ahead and just buy a new tank if I can find an RV junkyard somewhere around, possibly get the same size one. Next step in my repair project is to fix the water tank. After a little bit of research, I found out that you can actually repair the plastic water tanks by welding them. So I'm going to get out my welding equipment, actually soldering, and start doing that. So I'm going to complete this video right now, and I will get back when I start putting the tank back in. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos with anyone you think might appreciate them. Thanks.